Hi guys, it's Ray here from Man City Fan TV. Today I want to talk about Vincent Kompany again, and it's been rumoured in some of the newspapers, well, that's what they're reporting, that Vincent Kompany might not get his contract extension. Now, I probably reported about six weeks ago or something like that, that City were looking to, or City were offering Vincent a 12-month contract extension to keep him here for another year. Because as you probably know, his contract finishes at the end of the summer. Now, Vincent's almost 33 years old. I mean, by the time we get to the summer, he'll be 33 years old. So, you know, he probably doesn't have that much more time left in him. And as I said, the papers were reporting that some of the board were unwilling or unhappy because of his injury problems to offer him those extra 12 months. Now, personally, I'll say this up front nice and early. Personally, I don't believe most of the newspaper reports. Now, Andy tweeted something a few days ago, and he said about 80% of media speculation and reports and transfer news and whatever is untrue, or it doesn't happen. Now, maybe untrue is the wrong word. Maybe there's an agreement or something, and then something falls down at the last second that we are not privy to. And so there might have been something in place. So the rumour might have been strong, and it might fall down later on. But at the end of the day, 80% of rumours don't come to fruition. You know, all this rubbish we've had for months about Frankie de Jong, and I think we probably stopped being strong about it a couple of months ago. I mean, someone will go and look at our videos and tell us that's not the case. But I think we probably became a bit more lukewarm on the Frankie deal at least a month or two ago, when it looked like it wasn't going to happen, and it looked like all the fingers were pointing towards Barcelona. Now, I said I didn't expect him to go to PSG, not at all, and I always thought really PSG was just a red herring to try and bump up the price, and it was really City or Barcelona, and he's gone to Barcelona. And even up till last week or the week before, people are still coming out and saying he's City bound. You've got to remember, a lot of this is purely for clickbait. It's purely to make money. It's purely to get people to watch your videos on YouTube or read your online content if you're a newspaper or whatever. And people come up with all sorts of ridiculous stories because they know there are enough mugs out there, enough mug punters or enough sheep that will go and click on the video or read the article or online or whatever, and that's how some people make their money. And now, so yeah, I never believed the PSG, and as I said, I've thought for a while that Frankie wasn't going to come to City. So, you know, you look into these stories from the papers and the media, and you think, you know, how much truth is there in them? Now, personally, I'm not so sure that senior board members at Manchester City will go around chatting with the Sun, the Mirror, and some other scumbag newspapers and tell them things that you or I don't know. Now, also, I'll be honest here and say that a lot of journalists they're privy to more information than you or I. We're just normal Joe blogs, you know, whether we go to matches or not. We're not generally privy to this inside information, and you can see sometimes where some of the journalists have made a story or an article or whatever, and it does come true. And you might have thought it was a bit left field at the time, but it's come true. So they are privy; they do get more information. I mean, some of them spend a lot of time, a lot more than most of us, focused on City, going to press conferences, interviewing players and all sorts. So they do have a lot more information than the general public, let's say. But generally, as I said, I don't believe that senior board members at City are going out there and telling the press that Vincent Kompany isn't going to be offered a contract extension because of his injuries. Now, let's look at Vincent's injuries. I mean, it's quite clear. He's poor lad. He's been injured a lot. His first few seasons at City, I've done the numbers before. I won't go through them all again. But he was averaging 30-odd games every season. And the last, I think, 3 seasons, he's averaged about 19. And that's across when we're playing the best part of 55 or 60 games. And he fell down the pecking order. I mean, it's quite clear to most City fans and observers that it felt like the number one partnership was Emerick Laporte and John Stones, and Vincent had fallen down the pecking order, and he was ahead of Nicolas Otamendi. But you could see with the way that Vincent was chosen to play against Liverpool, that come the big game, come the big player. Now Vincent, his qualities, we all know his qualities, his leadership qualities, his experience. He's still one of the best defenders in the world. He's lost, I think, a little bit of pace. I think that's hurt him a little bit as well. And with all these injuries, it's bound to catch up with him at some point. And you also feel sometimes, is he reluctant to dive in? Sometimes you think he's not, he just carries on the same. But he's just not as quick as he used to be. And but the fact that he was picked against Liverpool shows that Pep really still does have faith in him. And he's that leader that Pep needed on the pitch for that particular game. I personally would like Vincent to stay another year. But if the club are umming and ahhing about it, there's talk that he's going to have to take a big wage reduction to be able to stay. Now, maybe the club feel that they're in a very strong bargaining position when Vincent's 33 years old. He's in his 11th season with City, and he probably doesn't want to go anywhere. So maybe the club feel that they can pressure him, let's say, on the financial side of things because Vincent wants to stay. Now, it could be, you could get a big club somewhere in Europe. For who knows? Inter Milan might come in and say, Vincent will offer you a 3-year deal, come to play for us. And if City are there with a 1-year deal, it might actually appeal to Kompany to go somewhere else and play for it. It has to be a top team. He's not going to go down and, with all due respect, play for Bournemouth or Bari or anything like that, or a lower level team in a league in Europe. I just can't see that happening because of the level he's been playing at for so long at City. So I think it'd have to be one of the top teams in a top league. I can't see him going to China or America. He's just too good at the moment. And my preference would be for him to carry on at City. Maybe put him in a coaching role as well, so you can get the best of both there. So he's around the team and the squad and the coaching staff as well. Because a lot of City fans would love Vincent to stay around the club. He's a Manchester lad now, really. He's been here that long. His wife's from Manchester. He did his MBA in Manchester. He's really one of us now. So we want to see him stay. If he can stay in a coach capacity, maybe in 5 or 6 years' time, he might be a manager. You never know. I mean, that's a great way to come through and keep the DNA of the club intact. So, in reality, is he going to get that contract extension? I can't even say the word. I hope so. I really, really hope so. As I said, he's still our captain. He's still our leader. He's still a fantastic footballer. It's only not even a month ago that he put in a tremendous performance as a captain and a leader and a footballer on the pitch against Liverpool. And so I really want him to still be around. And as I said, I don't trust these ragtag media outlets. I mean, they're all one and the same, as I said, wanting their clicks and hits and whatever, and trying to stir up controversy. And I really hope that Vincent gets his contract extension. I hope he signs it. I hope everybody's happy from the club side and from him. And I hope he can get over his current niggly injury. It's a real shame that he's injured again, because I think he'd have been playing. We needed him. We would like to have used him sometime in the last few games. Even if he'd played some of the cup games against lesser opposition, it'd have taken some pressure off maybe Laporte. Maybe Laporte needs a rest. But it is where it is. I mean, Vincent, he's not going to suddenly get fit and stay fit. It is what it is at the moment. And so, Vincent Kompany, I hope he gets that contract extension. I hope he signs it, and I hope he stays for at least another season. Guys, if you haven't checked out Andy's video with Matt from the Magpie channel for the preview for the Newcastle game tomorrow, go and check it out right now. Absolutely fantastic. The way Andy chats with the fans from opposition clubs before games. And it's a very, very good listen. It's about 15 minutes long. Very, very good. Very interesting to get an insight onto the opposing club and what's going on at Newcastle right now. And whether they're actually going to bother to turn up tomorrow. I think they might. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, it'd be fantastic if you could do so, guys. And you can hit the bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. See you around, Blues.